Hey there, everybody. This is Junko Bodie. I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon, September 10th, 2025. Wow. Okay, so a couple things I want to cover before we jump into today's video, which I'm going to do for you on six diamonds. We'll get into that in a second. But first of all, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. We're ending up with this wonderful community. I got to tell you, I got 12 of the greatest emails this week from people who were asking questions and then talking about their experience. A couple of them had comments about reading the book and how it added structure to their lives and or at least their gambling lives. And that warms my heart. That's the reason I'm here. I wrote the book and I started a YouTube channel because there were so many people that were at where I was 25 years ago, which was winning a lot, but not quite getting over the hump and having those algorithms, those losing streaks that came in right after I would, get ahead or win a couple sessions in a row. And then these things would wipe me out, and I was right back to square one. I was beating my head against the wall, and I said, "Man, I've got to do this better." Right? I say in my book, I was an investment banker. I was used to having processes for everything that I did in my professional life. Why couldn't I get over this hump with roulette and professional gambling in general, really? And I started adding processes, and this is what I got to, and that's what my book is about. That's what this YouTube channel is about. So I want to thank everybody who's subscribing, and I hope you're getting a lot out of this. I hope this is adding to your casino experience. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a strategy that I've been getting a lot of questions about. I did not put this strategy in my book, and I had mentioned it, and I play it in a lot of the live videos I did. I put out a live video yesterday at the Hard Rock in Biloxi, where I'm playing against the real machine there. And so this is one of those strategies that I play a lot that I was not in my book. So I'm going to demonstrate it for you here today. Okay, this is called Six Diamonds, and you can see we call it that because there's six bets on six corners, or six diamonds is what we call. Okay, so it's a $6 simple starting bet. You can start it with $1 chips, or you can do it with $5 chips if that makes you, if you're a higher roller. And so let's get started on. I'll show you how this strategy works. The idea here is that we want to win three of these six diamonds. Okay, that's the bottom line. And we're gonna have a betting progression until we do. So you saw that we got a zero there and we lost our first spin. So I'm gonna rebet and I'm gonna double the bet here. And my betting progression on this is, and this is the first six spins, 1, 2, 4, 6, 10, and 15 chips. Okay, so that's the first six spins. Right now we're on the second spin, so we're at 2. We do not raise the bet when we win. We only raise the bet when we lose. And once we win a bet, we take that bet off the board. The idea is to win 3 out of the 6. Okay, so here we go. This is the second spin here on six diamonds. Looking to get a hit. There's a 16. I believe that gets us a winner. It does. Okay, so I'm going to rebet. I'm going to take that winner off the board. Leave the bets the same. And we're going to spin again. Okay. Now, again, we use this in the hit and run strategies. This is one win and out, and then we move on to something else. That's the same one we just won, so that's not going to help us. So I'm going to rebet here. I'm going to double my bet again and get to $4. Okay. We're on the next spin here. So we are down $10 for the session right now. Let's see if we can get a win here and move up. 28, I believe, is a winner. It is. That gets us 16. So now we're up $6, and we still got one bet to get, and we are at $4. So let's go back, rebet, take off the winner. That's why I like simulators and electronic games, by the way, is the ease in which I do this. It's a lot harder when I do this in the casino. But when we're doing this on the illustrator, like even the roulette game I did at Hard Rock yesterday when I was playing live doesn't have some of these features that these simulators have, which is great. Okay, so anyway, so we need to win one more of these. We're at a $16 bet. Let's get a winner right here. Okay, that is 34. I believe that. No, that is not a winner. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the next part of the betting progression. So I'm going to go to $6. So we went 1, 2, 4, and now we're at 6. Okay, so this is the fourth bet of the 6-bet progression, really, before we start just doing math. Okay, and Kevin, out in the UK, this is for you. I know you were asking about this yesterday. Okay, I'm going to rebet here. We didn't get a winner there, so now we're going to 10. I'm just going to clear these off and put $10 chips out there now. Clear. Come on, baby. There we go. And let's get $10 chips. So we need this one. We need this one. We need this one, and we need that one. Right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so there's the 4. We're going to spin. Let's get a win. 20, that's going to be a winner. Okay, so there's our third one. So you can see after we get 3, we end up with a profit of $16. Again, we're playing these in hit and run scenarios. So boom, we'd be done here. And then we'd move on to twin spines or double cross or iron turtle or something else in our casino experience. I'm going to run a couple more times for you here so that you can see it. I'll run it with $1 chips this time and then $5 chips on the next one so you get a better feel for the betting progression. Let's go here again. Start. And you can do this opposite too. You do not have to do it the way that I did it. You can start, in that 3 corner and go the other direction if you want. It's personal preference. Okay, so there's a win. So we're just going to take that bet off after our first spin. And we cover most of the board here, so getting a win on the first spin is pretty common. Okay, now we're going to do spin number 2 here. It's a $5 bet now. Really small numbers, which is another thing I love. There's another hit. Okay, yeah, so you can see we're just making a little progress here. And take that bet off. Now, this is what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to go to the casino and start playing this over and over again because there isn't a system out there that I'm aware of anyway that you can win playing over and over. You want to make your hits on these things and run. The system will win 95% of the time, and that's what you want. But don't get caught in that 5% by playing it over and over again. Okay, so there's a third win. There we go. So that's we're up $33 now after 2 rotations. Pretty simple, playing a few minutes. People say $33, that's not very much. I'm going, how many jobs are out there that paid $33 in 6 minutes? Okay, I mean, that's essentially what we've done. I mean, I was playing a quarter machine yesterday. I made $110. Okay, think about that. You know how many quarters that is to make $110? And we did it in 22 minutes. Guys, you don't have to play $5, $10, $20 to make money in the casino. You just have to be smart about how you play. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm going to get off my soapbox there. I'm sorry for that. I'm getting older, guys. Come on, give me a break. All right. We're going to go again here. Same bet. Oh, I was going to do $5. Well, we'll do one more here with $1. Then I'll do $5 to close it out. So there's 28. That's a hit. Okay, so we got a win there. I'm going to take this off. There we go. Leave the bet the same because we won. And spin again. Just keep cruising. So confident these systems are so easy. Right? And people say, well, it's easy on the simulator. You know what? It's easy in the casino too. If you've done all the right stuff, if you picked your bankroll, you picked your site correctly, if you play intelligently, you're going to win this most of the time. Okay, one more spin. Especially early on, there's so many numbers covered, it's hard to miss. Okay, and there's 3 in a row right there. So we're out there. We got 45 after 3 sessions. Now let's do one with $5 chips so you get a sense of what that looks like. And I'm going to go in the opposite direction this time with this. Okay, so we were doing everything, bigger chips and doing it exactly opposite. What would that look like? Here we go. $5 chips. Let's see what we could turn this into. I mean, I'd rather you play $5 chips and do this once than play $1 chips and do it 5 times, right? Okay, so there's a win. We get $15 net win there. Just because I never play it this way, I have to be careful with my progressions here so that I know that I'm doing this right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I am doing it right. And then spin. So we went, we see the big jump we made there. Now we're at $60 all of a sudden. There's a 4. I believe that's a loss. It is. Okay, so I'm just going to rebet and double. Okay. Dollars go up a lot faster when you're playing $5 chips. That's why I don't play them typically. There's 33. Yeah, that's a miss. That would have been a win with the other way. Okay. So now we're going to go to, we're going to add $10. This is go to 20. Spin. Let's hit this guy. There's a 6. I think we already hit that one, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Okay. So let's go. That's 5, 2, 4. So now we're just going to go up $20 on these. And spin. 17. I believe that's a hit. It is. So we're at 160. So we're still at 45. So got some work to do, right? Because we started with 60 before we got going here. That would make one more hit. I'll take that 17 out. There it is right there. Leave the bets the same. And we spin. Now you could lower your bets when you're playing $5 here if you wanted to. There's 11. I believe that's a win. It is. And that's a big net. So that's 200. So now we go to 245. So there's a difference between playing singles and nickels. You can see the dollars get a lot bigger when you're betting, but also the return obviously is a lot bigger when we finished after 4 sessions and 12 minutes, 11 minutes of playing time with $245. Okay. Beats working. Okay, so that's basically the strategy, 6 diamonds. Just wanted to show you that. After you get past 6 spins, it's really just all math because then you're just figuring out how much you have to bet to make a profit. You might, if you start with 6 bets, you might have, and you might have satisfied 2 of them and you're just looking for that last bet to win and you're just doing the math to figure out what you need to put on each bet so that when you get done at the end, you have a profit. And so I give you the first 6 bets in the progression, but then after that, it's kind of up to you to do the math on your own. That's how kind of all my progressions work. I'm not going to sit there like some of the sites that you can go out on YouTube and they're going to say, oh, this is the 25 spin. No way. After 4 or 5 or 6 spins, you have to kind of reevaluate where you are and then make decisions about, what you want your profitability to be. It's not preconceived. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, hit the like button. You can also subscribe to the Junko Bodie YouTube channel, which has all our videos. I think we're up to 61 or 62 videos now out there for the 2 books that I have out in the marketplace. The latest book, How to Win at Roulette, is now available at Amazon. Just put it in Junko Bodie or How to Win at Roulette in the search bar, and it'll come right up on Amazon for you. Again, thanks to all the people with all the great emails. It's been a very uplifting day for me today. I appreciate it. Okay, this is Junko Bodie. 2 types of people in the casino. There's professionals and there's tourists. Don't be a tourist. Rock the day.